G'day and welcome to the Eruption, presented by Oz Discs. We're in Mount Gambier in South Australia at the famous Crater Lakes Disc Golf Course, set in a dormant volcano. This coverage is brought to you by RAD, Gatekeeper Media and Parked Media. The commentary brought to you by the Flying Disc Store. I'm Timmy Bohan and I'm here with my good mates Paddy Robinson and Fergie Ferguson. Together we are the Tee Off Podcast, boys. Back nine coverage.
Yeah, round one, back nine, pretty pumped.
Now, we've seen some wind. We've certainly seen some scores. A bit of red, bit of green on the scorecard there, Fergie.
Absolutely. Timmy Bohan, yourself on even. Luke Bayne, 1 down. RhysWisniewski on even. And Austin D'Alessandro, 2 under par.
All right, kicking off. This is hole 10. It's a par 3, 109 metres or so. And, a little bit of trouble right to left wind during this round. And, I think typically you're going to see some forehands or maybe a turnover backhand. Yeah.
This is begging for a flex forehand. If you've got the distance at 110, not everybody does. Bayne certainly does.
Oh, yeah.
Put a move on that Halo Destroyer. Oh. And that just missed the last Guardian tree, wrapping up at about 6 metres for the birdie. Fantastic shot from Bayne.
Very, very, very solid.
Oh, too much friction. I'm going to blame it on the glove.
He's gone the wide route, and unfortunately he's copped some early trees there.
Yeah, he may have to straddle out and get up and down from that spot.
Tim, no Taipan in the hand, mate.
No, I'm going to Destroyer for the extra distance. A little nose up, though, and the wind certainly made it even more nose up. Checking up on the fairway.
I was hoping we'd see a backhand here.
He's going the full hyzer flip, asking for it to turn.
Come on.
Oh, it almost did too. But that's a great spot to check up. He'll be just outside circle. A little snookered from the tree, but you can see there he's about 13 metres.
Now, this is where this hole is quite easy to bogey. That's a fantastic upshot from Rhys. But some of these trees are very tricky and can affect your upshot.
Yeah, that was really impressive by Rhys. He had to thread about a 2 metre gap right in front of his face.
Timmy, you've got a short little upshot and you do well to put it just in the basket.
Yeah, another basket on a hill. So just trying to land your disc flat is priority A.
Oh, he turned away almost immediately.
It was looking in, but he knew. He knew that was going to drop. And there's Bayne.
Oh, that thing shot up.
Just
Snuck
over
in.
the tray. Fantastic putt from Bayne. He's heating up, Lukey Bayne. 2 down at this point.
Starting to find some form. I like it.
That was a sensational pass save from Rhys. It has to be said.
Yeah,
out of position and then hits a good putt.
Smooth putt from Rhys.
Really gusty on this hole at this point in the round too. I was a few cards in front of you, Tim, but it was not much fun.
And as we said, we're in the volcano crater. The wind is changing directions every 20 seconds as we move on to hole 11, 113 metre par 3, probably playing all of 130, 140 metres because it is quite elevated at the approach and the basket is almost above the volcano. It's that bloody high.
Yeah. This is the biggest death putt you will ever have.
Very iconic Crater Lakes hole, and that's 2 turned over from Lukey Bayne into the wind, but hitting that last willow on the right hand side and getting the fortuitous drop to the left, he'll have a pretty easy up and down for the par.
This looks pretty good here from Rhys. Needs to get some legs.
Yeah, look, it's a crank of a forehand. I don't think anyone's got the forehand to get there.
I mean, how much elevation are we? Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of inside here, boys.
Oh, hello.
That was a full shank. I actually started cramping in the calves at this point in the round and cramped early enough to pull out of that shot, and I still went through and did it, and massive regrets.
Austin with a big turnover, but that one is going to fade out a bit early.
Yeah. And very lucky that he's on the front side of that willow, because fading into that willow can really make the upshot impossible.
Speaking of fun upshots, Tim. Jeez.
Patent pending into the headwind. I had no idea what this was going to do to my disc, but I had no other option. Had to go with this one.
This looks good. It's going to flatten out.
Tim.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, very happy with that.
Far out, man. That's awesome. What was that?
That's my Latitude 64 Fuse.
Oh.
That's going to.
Is that OB?
That's going to be
a
straight headwind, full death putt.
Yeah.
This basket, how high is it? It's full 2 metres high at least.
Oh, at least.
It's hard to get your disc out of the tray once you get it in there.
I have to admit, I seeing that basket just up there by itself so lonely, it just seems like it needs to have something else around it. I don't know.
That was a genuine bid from Austin. Not bad from range. And this is a scary putt.
Oh, mate.
Thank the Lord the flag was there, because that was going 30 metres long if it missed.
That is hands down. That's gone from a 3 to or like a 6, a 5 or a 6 to a 3. That's ridiculous.
That would have been the par save of all par saves, but
Yeah.
unfortunately putting it nose up to the elevated basket meant that the wind could lift it. Rhys, unfortunately...
That's all death putt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
It is
all death
it's a
putt.
very high basket.
It looks so low on camera, but when you're there in person, it's so high, so scary.
Sorry, I did. I thought that was Bayne's birdie putt before. That was a par putt.
Nah, par putt. Austin
Yeah,
for the
jeez.
par.
That
And,
flag saved a big number.
This
That's
part, I mean,
very
look,
fortuitous.
my head's not even halfway up the pole here. I'm trying to jam this into the underside of the top band.
with a headwind, wanting to push it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
That's gross.
you basically like. What's your aim point?
Yeah.
The inside of the middle of the.
Oh, very happy with that.
Well done from there.
Well, I had
That's
no
hard.
I don't know the tactic. Who practices putting from underneath a tray? Yeah, there you go. I was trying to jam it into the band. Anyway,
a toddler does.
here we go. Hole 12.
Hole 12, 78 metres, a par 3. It's a little bit of a breath of relief after that last hole. You've got some a nice little tight fairway to deal with and some OB on your right. And as you see, Austin going to go straight over the top.
Yeah, that's too skinny though, and that's going to be fading away from the pin unless it hits some of the trees.
Yeah,
And it looks like he may have got quite lucky. He might have a outside circle putt for the birdie still. I like the forehand here that Bayne's showing off, keeping it low, making sure we get a skip around this last guardian tree.
Oh, watch out, Cole.
See
Is that
that?
Ash? Who's on catch?
One of them.
Ash.
And I believe he'll be 6-7 metres long, so very
Right.
good drive from Bayne.
We did have a bit of left to right as that flag is showing us here.
That's
Timmy,
it.
shocker, you're using a type band. I like it.
Type in, nice and low for the skip.
Yes,
Ooh,
this
that
looks
looks good.
parked. Oh,
yes.
I'll take a bullseye hit after the last shank.
Very nice.
Austin with a little flick approach. A little bit short, but he'll be right from there.
Yeah. It looks like he missed all the trees and faded all the way left. I actually thought he checked up for a birdie.
Oh, Rhys.
Unfortunately, hitting the edge of the tray, getting a bit of a roll away. So now we'll have an edge of circle putt for the par. Bayne,
Oh.
this is for birdie. Look at that.
yes.
Smooth.
That looks straight out of the
He's got a
ultimate
very
frisbee field there.
He's got a Simon-esque, Simon Lizotte kind of
Yeah.
glidey, spinny putt. I like it.
Kept it nice and flat into that crosswind, which was very impressive. Good putt from Bayne. Rhys will be looking to do the same.
Oh,
that
catch. That is a great catch.
Fantastic. I don't know how that caught. Look at the wind pushing it to the left, and that was left side.
I know. Friction gloves.
Yeah, that was all gloves.
I was going to say clearly the chains are wearing friction gloves.
And yeah, very happy to have a tap in for the birdie.
Great
Up and
bird.
down in this round.
Okay, next up, hole 13, 105 metre par 3. Nothing too difficult about this. Little bit of OB on the right-hand side if you ever get that far, but the biggest thing is going to be the wind. It is quite tricky just to navigate this tight line, although Luke, he's just hit that guardian tree, unfortunately, but that was looking fantastic.
Good tree kick back towards the fairway, though. The tricky thing is the crosswind and having to flex a forehand to get the distance.
This looks good, Tim.
Yeah, I'll take that just outside the edge of the circle there.
I have heard some people throwing a roller on this hole as well, just to
I
navigate.
don't mind the roll. I haven't seen it, but I don't mind the logic of that. As Austin shows something
Oh.
that none of us are looking at.
Goodness
Nice flip-up backhand on the right-hand side, and that is just outside the bullseye. Very impressive shot by Austin.
That is ballsy in a right to left wind as well.
Get round it.
I was loving that. I refrained from saying nice that entire flight, but I didn't need to. It was hitting a tree anyway. Very good attempt from Rhys, and he'll have to lay up because he is snookered behind that thick guardian tree. Bayne can go through them.
This is Bayne country.
Oh, look at that. Not a bad attempt from range. It's all of 25 metres away. as I'm just outside the circle. Would love this for a birdie to get under par.
A little bit of raised. Yeah, a little bit raised.
And you can see I had a bit of a tailwind and did drop the disc. So unfortunately, settling for the par as Austin slams in a birdie. He'll move to 3 under par.
Yeah, beautiful birdie from Austin. I can't believe I've never thought about that that flex line.
Well, it's clearly there, as Austin just showed us.
Yeah. And
As
Tim
I-
just tapping in.
Tap in the par. We move on to hole 14 as Bayne gives us a cheeky little grin to the camera. Loves a bit of me time.
Hates the camera.
107 metre par 3. This one's called the snake pit hole because if you go long, you're in the pit where we have seen several snakes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Australia without some deadly reptiles. Another elevated basket, but again, this one's a tricky one to get because of the distance and the roll-away potential.
I was going to say it wouldn't be Crater Lakes without a raised basket too. This looks fantastic from Austin.
Yeah, maybe a little long, but should check up just outside the circle for a birdie look. There is a flex forehand inside line, but if you do go to the right-hand side, it makes getting up and down very tricky. So a lot of players will opt for the par play out to the left.
Oh,
Bayne.
That
jeez.
snuck through that tree.
Goodness me.
Bit skinny though, and luckily he'll get long enough that his upshot shouldn't be too tricky.
Yeah, you just have a layup for that. Tim, I like the look of this, but I reckon maybe a little bit left, a bit short.
Yeah, look, I'm happy with that shot.
That's fine.
Just
Yeah.
outside circle. I don't think I can run that putt thanks to the elevated pin and the big steep roll away behind it.
This
But
looks good from Rhys.
Oh,
Oh, did I say? Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
fair dinkum, boys. We've niced him like 4 times to this
I'm
point.
so sorry, Rhys. I'm going to shut up right now.
And look at the angle of the slope. So trying to land your disc
Oh.
flat, and unfortunately Rhys has left that
Yeah.
just outside the circle.
gotta
Probably
be-
going to lay that up for the bogey.
well, it is. There used to be quite a lot of brush around this basket, but they've cleaned it all out, and now it is pure death putt.
Yeah.
So the layup is, if you sit in circle 2, the layup looks good.
I think I'd like to see this basket drop to the ground, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you're really not running putts from anything outside 10, 12 metres because it's just not worth the risk
Well,
reward.
Unless
You're on the
looking
downside
like Austin here.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'll give you Ryan Nicholson's phone number. You can have a chat with him about lowering that basket.
Please. And thankfully for Austin, it looks like that disc sat because that could certainly have rolled away.
Look where that's gone. That hit chains as well.
Yeah. And
Goodness me.
Who was that? That was Bayne.
that was
Oh,
Bayne, and
man.
it was right side, and he's rolled all the way outside circle, and I don't think he has a line to even run this for the bogey, so he's going to have to settle this down near the basket for a double.
Jeez, that's risky too. You hit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good catch.
Snuck her in for a double.
Far out.
That hole can certainly add up strokes.
Yeah, wow. Austin just tapping in for the par.
Austin for the par. Rhys, I believe, in for the bogey, and I'll be certainly happy with the par on this hole. As you can see, there's been some damage.
Very nice. I do like that it's a bit... the ground there does catch a disc. It is quite soft with that layup as well.
It ought to be. As we look at hole 15, 138 metre, a par 4. Now, this is a bit of a new addition to this championship layout. Quite a short par 4. Boys, tell us about it.
Just
OB.
OB everywhere.
Everywhere. I like the forehand off the tee. There is a play for the eagle if you punch it over OB down the right-hand side, but
Oh, get out.
if you don't come in bounds, you're basically reteeing, so the forehand is the safe play.
Now, that went straight OB. We had a right to left sort of and tailwind as well, so it was pushing a lot of these forehands quite straight. But Tim, you look like you've overcorrected.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of anticipated a little bit of understability because of that crosswind, but it certainly didn't eventuate, and I am OB.
Rhys has learnt from both of you, and he's snuck one, stuck it in bounds. Very nice. We
Bayne
didn't
going
nice him.
for the Halo Destroyer. That looks a little pushed, but getting down nice and quick, and that's in the middle of the fairway. That's a fantastic shot from Bayne.
Perfect.
So I did go OB quite early, but I'm moving up the fairway a little bit for the second shot.
And it's a scary approach shot. You've got to throw this, but as we said, we're getting this right to left. Oh, Tim, that's navigated that tree well.
Yeah, got lucky through the tree there. At
Yeah.
this point in the round, I was really suffering from a lot of calf cramping, so I was making the shots so tricky.
You need a banana.
I need the banana. Bit of insight. We had,
Potassium sword, as we
it was a bit of
fondly call them.
it was a bit of a nightmare run up to this tournament. I probably shouldn't have played, but I did anyway.
Off the sign.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Out.
Stop being mean to Rhys this course. It's disgusting.
Now, people might question that sign inside C1. I certainly questioned it. It's protecting a parked bench, so
Yeah.
boys
That is
wanted a
beautiful
little. They wanted
from
a little bit of a protected green. They certainly achieved that. This
And-
is for the bogey.
Ooh.
No good. Actually, it was for the OB par. I have to drop in for the bogey. Rhys with the visor putt around the tree.
Ooh, that's going to be a scary par putt too.
Yeah, you wanted to be on this side where Austin is. That was certainly the more open side. And
Oh, good stick. Good start.
He's made good on that putt from range.
Great stick. And you can see there's some bollards behind the basket there. They're probably, at some points, they're sort of edge of circle, some points inside the circle, but they are OB as well. So, yeah, very, very tight approach.
Rhys just a little low there.
Yeah, Bayne,
Bayne's
that's a great birdie.
Made the easy hole look easy with a 3. Fantastic. And look at that wind.
Yeah.
So this hole playing as a 4.17, so quite a tricky one for the MPF.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been. I think it was just a new hole and there was roll-away potential on all the OB. So,
Yeah, just easy strokes to gain on this hole, unfortunately, with that OB.
Oz Discs, powering Team Heiser Flight. Check them out at ozdiscs.com.au.
All right, next up, hole 16, 96 metre par 3. We are throwing into direct headwind, and you have to keep the disc low. There is OB on the left far down, and you've got to kind of flex a backhand straight off the tee. Really good birdie to pick up if you can.
Bayne probably needed a little bit more flex on that. He's hit the second last guardian tree, but that'll be the easiest of pars from that spot.
Yeah. This is way too high from Austin. That's going to hit early and hopefully drop.
Yeah, it looks like
Should
it
be
fought
fine.
through. He's in the rough on the left, but not too bad. Going with the Nate Sexton Firebird here.
Oh, look, and that
Nice.
headwind, just take it off, but it's coming back.
Yeah.
And
Great drive.
not as much flex as you probably want, Tim,
Oh,
but
look, I
you got
liked
to
it.
look.
Would have liked a bit more fade, but I think, as you said, the headwind just kept that so straight.
Rhys just air bouncing this one a little bit.
That snuck under.
Nah, that'll
Oh,
easy
yeah.
par from there. So a little forehand Toro from Bayne.
Yep, nice settle.
Parks
Just
for
outside
the
the
par.
bullseye.
As with Austin, and I believe Rhys will be following suit as well, although he may have the line for a jump putt. Depends where he is. No, he doesn't really. Just a little forehand zone. Bit too much friction.
Bit of an anti-skip there, and
Oh boy.
it's got a bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Timmy-
Just outside. Bit of a death putt here. If I whiff this, it's going OB, but
Do it, Tim.
into the tray.
Yeah, good bid.
Just couldn't open my account from that range in this round.
Come on, Rhys. Well, that's an unfortunate upshot, but that's all right.
Yeah, it's a bonus one to get this hole because it's a very tricky tee shot, but you definitely don't want to be giving strokes to the field with a bogey.
Yeah.
Hole 16 playing at basically par, 3.04. So, yeah, unfortunately, Rhys will be dropping one here with the 4,
Yeah.
but the other two boys will be sticking to the script and getting that 3.
We're coming up to the most iconic hole on the course.
That's it.
Would you say?
Bit of a restructure. These holes are normally holes 2 and 3, and now they're holes 17 and 18, and they are pearlers. A par 5, 280 metres. Big hyzer off the tee. You can see the distance markers there because this is basically a distance competition shot with a nice funneling hole that has OB at the backside and all around it. Very tricky hole, but certainly a fun one. The scariest thing is the tee shot though. You've got OB left if your highs are too far. And you can see the wind just dropping the disc. Bayne's absolutely crushed that though.
Oh, that's
Wow.
huge.
That's big.
That's out at the 150 metre mark, I believe.
It's an absolutely gorgeous looking hole, this one, especially that green.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wind was gusty and just awful. We
Yeah.
were getting tail, we were getting right to left.
It's such a scary shot.
Yeah. I mean, basically grab your most overstable disc and chuck it
Speaking of overstable, that is a Taipan, Tim.
Yep, and I've made the critical error there, unfortunately hanging it out too wide and not coming in bounds, which means I basically have to re-tee, or I have the option of progressing down the hill somewhat and taking the shot from there, which is what I do.
Yeah,
Reese with a nice hyzer, nice and safe.
So, Timmy, you've gone down to the edge.
You can see the wind ripping and, trying to just keep this one in bounds, and unfortunately, let that out pretty low.
Almost snuck up the
Look,
edge.
Tim, you don't have a good history with hitting ducks.
There's a magpie there.
That was a bit too close.
And this one just got crushed by the wind, and I'm trying
Come
to bite
back.
off probably more than I needed to.
Fight it.
Unfortunately, that's OB as well. So, boys,
Goodness me.
I'm throwing 7 at this point.
How we feeling at
I'm
this point?
feeling pretty flat.
That's better. That's better out of the hand.
Yeah.
On hindsight, I shouldn't have progressed to that point because that ground was very uneven, and I actually didn't realise the car park's in bounds. I could have thrown from the car park, which would have been a much better option.
Look at all the ducks escaping you, Tim.
Yeah.
This looks
Let's
pretty
get out
good
of
from
here.
Reese.
They're all in bounds, Paddy, so they were certainly safe. Nice shot from Reese.
Yeah. It is, like, in the scheme of things, like, this isn't the longest par 5, but with the wind that... Austin, roller?
Roller, I like it.
Stop
I
it.
don't like it. I feel like the roller was a horrible choice, Fergie.
And
that is OB
I can
left.
see why
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There's unfortunately kick left.
I think he's been a little greedy trying to get the eagle here. Just play this one for the bird.
Yeah.
Let the idiots like me go OB and give you strokes, Austin. That's the play.
Yeah. This looks great from Luke. Needs to settle. There is OB on that side, but yeah.
See the gallery
Well and
forming
truly.
for hole 18. Spoilers, it's a perler of a hole, so make sure you stick around for the end of this coverage. So here we are, throwing 8 from the fairway.
I was going to say, don't let Tim deter you.
That's got a nice
Tim.
shape to it.
Yeah, perfect shape. I'm blocking the view, unfortunately, but
I like the back of your
that
neck.
was
It's
a good
fine.
move.
Yeah.
I was about 150 metres away.
You do have great ears, Tim.
Austin here throwing his 4th.
Nice straight shot, and
Yeah.
hitting that tree, he'll be about 7 metres away and still able to get the par thanks
That-
to that great third shot.
Oh, Reese.
A little bit high.
Yeah, good shot, but he'll have a look for the birdie. Luke
So
will
Bayne's
just
made
jump
it.
putt.
Yeah, this is a jump putt for the eagle.
Yep.
He's probably thankful he came on the inside of that tree because you can snooky yourself and have no look around that big, thick guardian tree.
I mean, that tree is very close to that basket. It's only about 2 metres. Tim is just checking up early. That's going to be close to OB, but safe.
That was shot number 9, folks, if you're counting at home. The tricky part about that shot was trying to throw out of the 10-foot hole that I've just dug myself.
Yeah.
Basically, that was an absolute mare on camera there. Bayne for the birdie.
Very nice bird.
Beautiful 4. All of a sudden,
Austin.
Bayne's at 2
Oh,
down.
yes. Good pass save there from Austin.
On a run of 4 pars for Austin at 3 down. And
Tim here for 75. No, there we go.
a
For the
quintuple bogey.
That
Apparently,
hurts.
I broke the Gatekeeper Media template because they couldn't put a 10 in the little box.
Mate,
So formatting.
shout out to Alan Brunsting, who immediately called you 10 Bowen.
10 Bowen. Here we go, boys. We're wrapping up with hole 18, 120 metre par 3 with hazard on the left-hand side. You can see the placards showing the inbound square we need to land in. Bayne opting for a big forehand.
And
That's big.
That's looking great. Not a lot of players have the forehand distance for this shot.
Oh,
And he's found
gone too
the
long.
tiniest bit of OB.
yeah.
The spray painter was certainly cruel there.
he was drunk.
I nicknamed that little Bayne Island that he landed on there. So Austin, this is 2-turned. He's hoping for it to fight through the
Is
trees.
he going to get through?
We're not sure.
Oh.
It got through the guardian tree.
Yeah.
The spotter's running over, but he actually couldn't find the disc, so we didn't know if this was inbounds or not. So he throws a provisional.
Reese, this one looks pretty good. It's got to get the distance.
I like the way Reese tackles this hole. Nice hyzer flip.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Getting nicely into the inbounds area.
Well, it felt like it was tailwind, but it was so bizarre this week because it was just sending discs straight up in the air.
Yeah.
This one's got to
Mine
get
got
some
certainly
legs.
swept up, and unfortunately I've come up about half a metre short. Just for like me 5th OB in 2 holes. We'll give it another crack.
Can you just try and get out of the way of the disc?
So we're seeing provisional here from Austin.
He hates it.
Provisional, but that's a really great shot from Austin. I don't know why he hates it. He's parked it.
Classic Austin. If he hates it, it's parked.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, you've opted to actually go forward and not re-tee here, but Look at this, mate.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, look, I think
up.
my logic was
Wow.
I was half a metre short. Why not progress 5-10 metres and go for the shorter distance?
Rhys here. Oh, maybe a little soft bid.
See,
Little
you
layup.
absolutely parked for the bogey putt. That's pretty solid, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Paddy. I needed that after the 10.
Bayne finding the left side of the change. He's done that a few times in this round.
Okay.
And Austin, thankfully, his first disc, we found it, and it was inside C1, so he had a birdie look, which was fantastic. Provisional no longer in play as I tap in the bogey, and I'm going to go home and cry myself to sleep, because that was an absolute nightmare.
Go and eat a banana.
Austin in for the par, Bayne, Rhys in for the par, and Bayne also tapping
Yeah.
in for the bogue. So that'll wrap things up, boys. I certainly blew out a bit, but everybody else on this card more or less in contention as we move into round 2. I'm sure we'll see a leaderboard in a minute. Myself, 7 over. Lukey Bayne up and down, 1 down overall. Rhys +4 and Austin 3 down.
That's a very clean-looking scorecard from Austin there.
I think that's the play, keeping it clean as we look at the leaderboard here. Who have we got, Paddy?
So Dave Perry and Dan Frost both coming in hot with a 4 down. That win huge. Austin there with a 3. Clayton Beck with a 3 as well. So that's going to be our card next time. Big thanks to Rad, Gatekeeper Media and Park Media for the awesome Aussie coverage. We are the Tee Off Podcast. Make sure you join us for round 2.